Don't miss the opportunity this Holi to unlock the hidden power within you, the power of faith. The story of Holi, of Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu reveals what real faith looks like. Hiranyakashipu was obsessed with establishing his own rule in the entire world. But he saw that his own son Prahlad was devoted to the one power he wanted to destroy, Vishnu. On unsuccessfully attempting to change him, he decided to kill his own child. That was the extent of his ego. However, one miracle after the other kept saving Prahlad every time. The desperate final plan was to have Hiranyakaship's sister, Holika, who had a fire-resistant shawl, sit on fire holding Prahlad. While Holika had faith in the shawl, Prahlad had faith in God. But it is to be noted that Prahlad was not scared or angry at his father and aunt. He pleaded with his father to not let Holika burn. He even willingly vowed to enter the fire without her. But Hiranyakashipu did not trust Prahlad. And then the divine event took place. When they actually entered fire, the winds favored Prahlad and the shawl flew to Prahlad, and it was Holika who burned to ashes, while Prahlad sat there unharmed. The simple takeaway could be that good won over evil. But let's ask the real question. How did Prahlad's faith win if both were so sure of what they believed? Why was Hiranyakashipu misled while Prahlad was right? Well, using this simple trick, you can determine if your faith is true or misleading you. But first, you have to understand faith. Our world can't function without faith. We have faith that our parents will take care of us when we are little. We have faith that the ground will hold us. We have faith that the food we eat is not poisonous and will actually nourish us. We have faith that technology will assist us. In fact, even science is just faith. We have faith in the scientific process that it must be true, even though most established scientific truths eventually get disproven with a new truth. So, when even science can't accurately predict our actual truth, how can our faith do that? The Yoga Sutras of Maharishi Patanjali actually help us understand that. In these sutras, Maharishi Patanjali calls our inner negativities as Kleshas. There are 5 Kleshas starting from avidya, which is ignorance, and not just ignorance of the external world, but of the internal self. This avidya leads to ego because we start believing what we are not, and ego leads to attachment, aversion, and fear. He also says that when we start getting rid of these kleshas, we start to see the truth as it is and not colored by our ego. Now, the purpose of faith is not for us to disprove science or to find the external truth, but to help us remove our kleshas and find true vidya or knowledge about our own self. Let's say I start having faith in God, but if my faith tells me that when I donate a large sum of money to a temple, God will give me a promotion, then that is blind faith. The Srimad Bhagavatam says that true bhakti or devotion is Nishkam, without desire. When we treat God like a medium to fulfill our desires, we only strengthen our kleshas and weaken our true faith. True faith has to be on the path to reduce our kleshas. When we have faith that all the adverse or favorable circumstances in the external world are opportunities given by God or the universe for us to become a better version of ourselves, then that is true faith, which originates from Nishkam Bhakti and helps us reduce our kleshas and dispel avidya. And when we understand our true self, we become full of love and compassion for others. That is when we donate to the temple, not because we want anything in return, but because we want others to experience the same bliss we got because of our faith. When we move in this direction of Vidya, that is when we know that our faith is not misleading us. That is what the story of Holi tells us. Holika and Hiranyakaship's belief was born from their ego and was only driving more aversion to Prahlad's faith and attachment to their material success. Their faith was in external circumstances and was actually feeding their inner Kleshas. But Prahlad's faith was not external. It helped him dissolve his Kleshas. He sat in the middle of the very people trying to kill him and had no aversion for them, no fear of death, and no attachment even to his own life. He took even burning in fire as an opportunity to walk the path of truth, of God, of faith. So, this Holi, let the real lesson of Prahlad Maharaj be your guide. Let's use our faith as a power to burn away the fear, the attachment, the aversion within us and know our true inner self.